Hello, I told you I'd be back, didn't I? Guys, it's Grecia. Welcome back to my channel. If you clicked on this video, it's probably because you couldn't find a single video on YouTube where they talk about thrift stores in Miami. At least I couldn't, so I'm here to help you out. I'm here to help out my girlies and my boys. Like, I got you. You don't want to go somewhere where you're going to waste your time. Am I right? Okay. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and list them, and then I'm going to tell you why I recommend them. This is gonna be one of the largest thrift stores that I guess I've experienced. You gotta really make sure you come here with time. They definitely have a very wide variety of options when it comes to men's, women's, children's clothes, toys, technology, shoes, accessories, appliances. So it's definitely something you guys can look into. Let's go ahead and clip it to the video because I currently just came back from there. So we are currently in Flamingo shopping center in Hialeah. If you come to this shopping center, you're gonna have several options of different thrift stores, but the one that I'm gonna show you today is gonna be the red, white, and blue thrift, which is probably my favorite one from this plaza. The one thing is that they don't take any type of Apple Pay or card, so you have to come in with cash. They do have an ATM, but they took like $3. Like, those $3 could go into a cookie or something, you know what I mean? Just something for you to take in consideration. Just bring some cash along with you and then go crazy. Coming back from Hialeah, we're gonna go down to Kendall. We're gonna arrive to Syzn Thrift. It's a thrift store with vintage options as well. Syzn Thrift was funded by a Miami local with a passion for vintage fashion. Fire. They went from operating from wholesale to now operating out of a storefront in Kendall. What is amazing is that they aim to be the middle ground between thrift stores and high vintage stores, but maintaining that thrift store pricing. They stock all items directly from their own clothing warehouse, which is pretty cool, and all items are pre-washed, so they state that you can wear them right after you purchase them. But again, I really recommend you wash your clothes always. The good thing is that they accept cash, card, Apple Pay, whatever the case may be, so you have options. Another one of my faves is probably a mix of an experience and a thrift store, which is pretty cool. It's called Lot 11. It's gonna be in downtown Miami. So here in this thrift store, you're gonna have multiple vendors. It's not just a specific store, it's literally a skate park. So you're gonna have different types of tents, and there's gonna be different types of vendors with different types of stuff that they're selling, between rugs, accessories, clothing, purses. And the good thing is that you'll also find many local designers as well, and obviously they're gonna really appreciate your purse. They work day in and day out to be able to provide you guys with the best quality product. And considering that it's in a skate park, you're gonna be running into skaters, whether it's a skateboard or rollerblades. People are gonna be constantly going up and down the ramp, but thankfully the actual clothing is on right next to it, but it's still the whole skate park. And then additionally, you'll be able to bump to some music, if you know what I mean, with local DJs, which is also really nice. When it comes to Lot 11, it's only available to Miami once a month, so the first Saturday of every month. Finally, the local realm, the ultimate local designer realm, is going to be Peachtree Revival, located in Midtown Miami. It's going to be a small business, like, with vintage clothes, and so their prices are not going to be their typical $10, unfortunately. You definitely have to come prepared when you come to Peachtree to basically find really good pieces, really unique pieces with a higher price range, unfortunately, but it's not that bad. Okay, I think it's considerably worth every penny. So if you're willing to spend a little bit more than $100 for a piece, I highly recommend it. If that's not in your budget, that is okay. You have other options. Basically, almost all their pieces are revamped and customized, unless they're like put in a section where the prices are a little bit lower but not as low. You could definitely find a huge selection of vintage clothing in addition to secondhand finds, which is pretty awesome. And they're curated by, their names are Danny Cleric and Sarah Feds. If you follow them, you can actually find them on Instagram. They're actually really cool people, and their Instagram, I love it so much because it's so aesthetic, it's so like 90s vibe, and they definitely portray their personality and their way of life, I guess. It's pretty cool. But basically everything is pre-loved and it's awesome. Side note, we're gonna go over a little bit of disclaimers because I know thrifting can be fun sometimes. There are several things that I would not recommend actually buying from a thrift store. So the first thing is kind of obvious. So like undergarments, bathing suits, I really don't recommend it. It's just nasty if you think about it. Like buying a used under hats and helmets, obviously that can be potential lies. I also have like heebie-jeebies when it comes to certain stuff. It's just me personally, and that's what I would recommend to you guys not buy. When it comes to like bed springs, mattress, or like other bedroom furniture, it is unfortunately one of the most common places to find bed bugs and mice. I wouldn't want to have that in my in my home. I wouldn't want to bring it into my house. That's just me. And lastly, they're fun, they're really good to look at. Sometimes you can find really good shoes, but when it comes to shoes, I get the worst heebie-jeebies. Potential fungus, like no. And one thing I really want to mention is you guys must, no matter how often they repeatedly tell you guys that they pre-wash their clothes, wash the clothes. To have the experience of a lifetime, I recommend showing up with a plan. The plan may look like a Pinterest board idea, a vision in your head of the potential outfit or style that you want to go for. The inevitable is that there might be days that you show up to thrift stores and you might not even find a single thing. You might spend the whole day and it's a total flop of a day. You can't get discouraged. You just have to honestly keep showing up with like fresh eyes, a fresh vision. Finally, never disregard a really good piece just because it's much more expensive. Maybe it's a potential local designer. It's gonna be a piece that's gonna last, fully customized, and nobody else is gonna have it. So if you're ever in Miami or you're a local that wants to explore some thrifting, these are probably the ones that I highly recommend. So you can go with that. Pick and choose your options. There are always gonna be multiple amount of thrift stores here. They're just never really talked about, which is okay. If you're new to thrifting, I really recommend taking one step at a time. If you just look up Goodwill, I promise you'll probably find one that's not as far from you. It's definitely worth the try. Go to a thrift store with the mindset that they're gonna be there for a couple hours. You have to go in ready to go, rack by rack, piece by piece. That's the only way that you're gonna find something that might potentially fit you, one, and it'll look good on you, two, and you're gonna buy. Definitely an exciting, and it's rejuvenating to have clothing, and being able to keep clothes out of landfills is definitely a plus in my opinion. And last but not least, just have fun, y'all. It's definitely a little biased because I really love these stores, but I would recommend them to my friends. I'm like, y'all, you need a thrift store? I got you. Let's go here. And they love it because I got the best recommendations. If you got to the end of this video, don't forget to subscribe, very important, and leave a comment down below of your favorite thrift store, actually, whether it's here in Miami, in a different state, so I can check them out whenever I visit, or we could just chat about it in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching.